From Steam being rejected by Apple to EA soaring to the cloud, we have the latest headlines from across the game industry, so let's load them up and dive right in. The team behind Game Maker Studio is branching out its services. YoYo Games made the announcement this week that they've opened a publishing division with the intention of bringing Game Maker games to the masses, which in turn allows them to build and curate a portfolio of high-quality titles developed with their engine. A mighty fine marketing move. General Manager James Cox has nothing but cheer to share about this new initiative, stating that they're blessed to have so many innovative games coming out of their community, and that they're looking forward to serving as a conduit for success through their commercial expertise and advanced knowledge of the platform. With this announcement, they're just beginning to lock down their first wave of publishing deals, and hope to have a slate of titles under their banner to announce this upcoming autumn. So if you're developing something in their engine and are interested in pursuing a publishing arrangement with them, don't delay and reach out to them at publishing@yoyogames.com today. May 21st wasn't the big launch extravaganza Valve anticipated. Steam Link, the app that allows Steam games to be streamed on mobile devices, was rejected by Apple on the grounds of business conflicts. This wasn't their stance at first, however. The company had initially approved Steam Link on the 7th, at which point Valve made their official announcement for its impending release. In a bid to rationalize the decision, Apple declared that these conflicts were not realized by the original review team. Valve rightly decided to contest this decision with an appeal, noting with bewilderment that other remote desktop streaming apps have been approved and released on the App Store before, but Apple denied them once more. Unless the keepers of the walled garden decide to reconsider their position, it looks like Steam Link will only be gracing Android devices. If you have any of said devices and want to check it out for yourself, the beta is actually live right now, so go ahead and have at it. Apple isn't the only one going back on decisions this week, but in this case it's for the benefit of developers. Valve has retracted its warnings regarding lewd games on Steam, no longer enforcing a 2-week turnaround for changes. It's not all water under the bridge quite yet though. While Valve apologized to developers and told them to disregard their previous threats, developers Honeydev, Manga Gamer, and Lupisoft all shared that their games are up for re-review, and that Valve would follow up on that status soon. So if you've ignored last week's advice to pursue other platforms for your adult-themed content, at least proceed with caution, and don't put all your eggs in one basket if you have the time and resources to spread yourself out. If you needed an excuse to start developing a Battle Royale mode, there's some more findings to push you over the edge. According to Newzoo's latest report, 88% of players in the space spend money on their gaming experiences, while traditional competitive gamers are lower at 75%. Battle Royale players not only invest more money, but the numbers say they also put in more time, too. 30% set aside an average of 6 hours a week or more on consoles, and 40% for PC. That's above the others by 5 and 8% respectively. They're even more engaged in the streaming scene, with 81% watching and 51% actively streaming themselves. If you're curious how the two juggernauts of the genre stack up with these totals, Newzoo has you covered. They report that Fortnite and PUBG have a high level of crossover, but Fortnite has a 10% higher dedicated fan base over PUBG's 25%. Fortnite players skew towards a younger demographic, which Newzoo thinks could be attributed to its more colorful aesthetic, less demanding system requirements, and status as a free-to-play title, while PUBG has players more likely to identify as core over casual and have full-time jobs. So if you can slip your Battle Royale title somewhere between those two markets, there's no doubt an audience is waiting to embrace your business. The United Kingdom is planning to put some new laws in place. In response to an investigative green paper, their government outlined areas of improvement that they like to address in the online space, and video games were among them, although they noted the industry was making progress towards a safer online presence on their own. Yuki, the industry trade body for the region, is interested in pursuing ongoing discussions about how best to handle unsavory online behavior in the medium, while also wishing to crack down on parental controls with major console manufacturers and expanding awareness of rating materials. The UK government intends to work with Yuki and the UK Council for Children Internet Safety to tackle issues like sexism, examine emerging issues related to augmented reality and other new technologies, and better understand how interactive content can support well-being and resilience. What laws might stem from their dip into games remains to be seen, but with an industry-led discussion on the subject, legislation should have good guidance to avoid any damaging decisions. Electronic Arts looks to be doubling down on its cloud streaming services. The company recently announced that it acquired Gamefly Inc.'s cloud gaming subsidiary, and its desire to expand its streaming services to a larger global user base. The acquisition covers the Israeli company's personnel and technological assets, which will help bolster their reach and production with Origin, their all-you-can-play subscription service. EA's Chief Technology Officer Ken Moss is thrilled about bringing more talent onto their team. He sees cloud gaming as an exciting frontier and believes services like theirs can give even more players the ability to experience games on any device from anywhere. Whether or not you think he's right or see the cloud gaming direction as a worthwhile venture, EA's push for its service just saw a respectable nudge that can help give it more clout going forward. Developers might have another modest revenue source courtesy of the streaming community. Caffeine, a social streaming platform, has just launched a pre-release version of their monetization program that's poised to provide funds to developers and streamers alike. What sets this service apart from the big players right now is that it's not exclusive to the top streamers on their site. The way their system is planned to work is that viewers can buy digital currency and spend it on items during broadcasts. Credits are then supplied to streamers based on audience activity during their session, which they can convert to actual money or digital currency. And if the streamer in question was playing your game, a proportionate cut would find its way to you. How those funds are to be distributed to developers and publishers wasn't addressed in their announcement, but it might be wise to keep Caffeine on your radar should it propose agreeable terms down the road. Microsoft is making Mixer a little more livelier. Timed with the streaming service's first birthday, the company has released an update called MixPlay that enables developers to produce interactive overlays. In their official announcement, they stated that the entire video window is now a canvas for developers with HTML and JavaScript experience under their belts. Now, instead of only being able to set up buttons below the stream, more dynamic arrangements can be put together. Widgets around the window, free-floating overlays, and side panels are all on the table now. So if your company is looking to do some live marketing or support the folks broadcasting your game, checking out the tools and designing something for your titles might not be a bad idea. And that covers this week's lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Was there anything you found particularly insightful? Did we miss something you think should have been covered? Let us know in the comments below and be sure to tune in next time for another newsworthy breakdown.